running another on-site procural. Been a while since I've messed with one of these. Just because I've kind of been trying to catch up with some of the event stuff. And I also made a bit of an executive decision where I am skipping the main monsters in Coral Highlands. Well, I guess not the main ones, kind of the lower tier ones. The Sitsuyuku and the Palamu, however you say it. They wouldn't be fun to fight, they wouldn't be fun to watch. And so I just jumped ahead a little bit to Radaban. And let's see, I think, well, let's go ahead and hit these. I thought they fixed that neck break animation. Alright, here we got some herbs. Anything else down this way? Well, just sounds like Radaban. I'm not too worried about this guy. But I also... Ooh. Oh, come on. Try to get away from it. That should have staggered me. There we go. Thought I was going to catch that on a guard point. Okay. Well, at least there's that. Let's go ahead and get some mind's eye on this bad boy. Hopefully this will help things out a little bit. Mainly, I use the Urgan build for the parts breaker and the guard, because I mean, it's not like Radaban is terribly difficult, but you can just end up taking a lot of hits from him. And being able to, oh, what? Take a little freebie. Don't get too far away. Ah, perfect. Yeah, this is gonna suck for you. Both green drops. Oh, and you're paralyzed again? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this just became a really bad day, I bet. And asleep again? Oh. No, Radaban. Don't do it. You're all jacked up. Odegaron is gonna murder you. vastly surprised. I figured I'd just need to hit him once or twice. Those, Gachalakas, whatever. I hate them. Hate them. Come on. Ugh. Right. Truth be told, I was actually kind of looking for a different game to play today. Somebody needs to come up here and, that. Somebody needs to come up here and that. I don't know why he went back down. That picture of his mouth is a little horrifying. But it being the end of the year, kind of checked out some best and worst lists for the year, and it's just, I don't know, it's strange to see so many games that have come out this year that are really just kind of taking advantage of a player base. Like there was an SNK game that came out with all their female fighters, and oh my, apparently it was just a turd, and it was just to sell to the audience that would buy that particular game. And so, like, looking through the list, the catalog on the PSN, I just have no idea what's even worth, what is actually considered a game, and what is a ploy to get a fan's money. And that's a little disappointing. Also, because, like, I don't want these big, extravagant, just unending kind of games. And I say that as I literally logged 800 hours into this game last night. But that's part of what the appeal has been, is that it allows me to be completely on autopilot. The challenges that I need to be aware of are not overwhelming. They're certainly not unfair. They are... Here we go. I'm gonna need to do a couple of those. Granted, they are challenging, but they're still reasonable. You practice a little bit, you adjust some builds. I'm not saying I want to play only easy games. Dodogama, that's another one that's just gonna... Alright. We're moving on. The Rathalos rematch. I'll just go here. So I'm gonna wanna get a little something with some good fire defense. And it's got Mind's Eye. I gotta check the decorations, though. Here, you know what? I'm actually gonna switch to that, because it sucks. Alright. That's still good. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure this didn't actually top out the fire resistance. Let's do... yeah, that'll be good. Reset my items. But this kind of game allows me to, just shut everything off, not have to. And the game was like that from the start. I mean, it didn't hold your hand. You definitely had to learn some of the mechanics and how to effectively utilize them, but that's also what the appeal was for Bloodborne and for Dark Souls. Like, the game itself is the challenge, but not in a way, and I guess Bloodborne and Demon Souls and or Dark Souls and things of that nature are, like, I guess the bosses would still be considered your roadblock or your major challenge to have to get through. Oh, come on, I know there's herbs all over the place. There we go. There is a game on the Switch that I would love to play called The Messenger, and it sounds a lot like what I'm saying and what I'm referring to is just the challenge is beating the level, beating the area, and you take everything in the game that you've got and you do that. You do those things. And, like, that's where the satisfaction is. And all of I don't want to play Nioh, because just looking at the screen of it, each weapon has, like, 4 different ways to hold it or some bullcrap. It's just, okay, now you're catering the game to be played, not for the game to be beaten. And the more stuff you just throw at me to beat the game makes the game less fun to me anymore. And kind of the same thing goes for a lot of the oh man, I need to get some flash bugs. God knows I can never find that. Tunnel going up where a bunch of them are. I think it exits out at the top of this, maybe? Well, there's that. That's good. One game I keep hearing tons and tons and tons of stuff about is Dead Cells. And, I mean, I could not care less about playing that game, because I don't particularly care for roguelikes. I think one of the things I've started to appreciate most about the games that I play and the games I pick up is the level design. I mean, that started back with Demon Souls. Demon Souls and Dark Souls completely showed me or gave me an understanding for what good... Is that you? Oh, of course he didn't stay. The games gave me a really good insight into level design and world building, like literal physical world building. And man, it is just almost something I can't look past anymore. Even going back to some of the games I used to thoroughly enjoy, just seeing how, there we go, seeing how poorly parts of the world design of the game are implemented and programmed genuinely takes me out of it. And these roguelike games like Dead Cells, like that's also what sucks, is I'm sure it's a really good game, really well done, really competent. I just don't care, because it's I would rather just have the game laid out for me to be beaten rather than ultimately penalized for how I played it, because now everything I've been practicing and working up to and trying to prepare for is now just not even where I'm headed in the game. And it's one of those things that just, it seems like synthetic difficulty to me. Where there are reasonable and effective ways to make a game challenging without doing something kind of cheap. Oh, not having focus. He's making this difficult. Got him a little bit. Oh, come on, let me get a mount on you. That didn't work. Yeah. There we go. Right on your stupid head. about to happen. Good. You know what? You deserve that. Oh my god. Yeah, something on him. Okay. Oh, no antidote. Forgot about that little ditty. Like there's antidotes down here, but I also don't completely remember. Oh, of course you would like dash across the room. Alright. This is gonna start to get real bad real quick if I don't get out of here. Oh, I guess I thought I was closer to something with antidote. Did that to you, Ratclose. I feel like you ought to do something about that. Don't know why I feel like you're still coming after me. I didn't knock you down. I just capitalized on it, you know. Should have switched out the Palico tool. I think that was our second red drop. Oh, good. No. God, you suck. Eyes on the prize. Yeah, I don't know. In part, I guess I just wanted to kind of come on here and rant about how disappointing it is that video games can't just be simple anymore. They have to either be based completely around a gimmick, which is usually just being unnecessarily difficult and in a way that's misunderstood. And I think I talked about this in my Dark Souls video, and it's usually how people kind of talk about the Dark Souls games. Oh, there we go. In respect to some of that stuff, is the game sets up its own rules, but it follows its own rules, where a lot of the time these challenges in a lot of these games revolve around the game giving you the rules and then holding you to those rules and then doing whatever the game will do. Doesn't make the games bad by any stretch. It just doesn't make them as good as they could be. Because, granted, my job, quite simple. There's nothing terribly difficult about what I do on a daily basis. So, my stress level, not exactly high compared to a number of other people I know and work with. And so, like, to sit here and say like, oh, I don't want to... That's Rathian. I don't know where it's saying... No, Anjanath is over here, I guess. Just leave me alone so I can go kill Papa. Oh, of course. Anytime I see X monster has left the locale, I immediately get unhappy. Stupid. Because now Devil Joe is in the area, which of course he is. So these, like, things like Red Dead Redemption 2 and Zelda Breath of the Wild and Horizon Zero Dawn, like, oh my god, Rathian. Oh, I'm resisting so many urges to just kill you. Oh. Well, if I don't get to kill you, man, am I gonna hurt you. Let's see if this kills it. Oh, so yeah, we're just a little bitch fest. I just want to play games that are fun, and that seems to be like the last thing that anybody wants to make. And even this, I mean, this is a super fun game. I love it. But, I mean, I can only muster up Steam for maybe a week or two, and then I'm kind of burnt out again. And the expansion is coming out, and they're always adding little tweaks and festivals and all of that, so they know. you Devil Joe. So they know how to keep you coming back and keep you playing and doing all the stuff that they do, but, you know, 800 hours in, the fun is becoming monotonous. The challenges are not as challenging, and there's nothing really like this to substitute, except for another Monster Hunter game, like the one on the Switch. But then you're just trading one thing for another. Like, I want to play different things that have been created. Again, like that, the Messenger. It looks super fun, and it looks like something I would totally be down for. But, you know, I gotta get a Switch.
Hello.
And that'll open up Octopath Traveler and a number of other things I don't know if I'll be able to put on YouTube. Hopefully I can. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of disheartening, I guess, if I were to sum it up in one all-encompassing thought. It's hard to find fun games. Games are so good anymore. They're all really, really good, but finding a game that's really good and really fun, oh, that's tough. That's tough anymore. And that's kind of what I want. It's what I'm looking for. So hopefully I'll get a Switch within the next week and have a few new things to play. But aside from that, that's the end of my bitch fest, and I will see you next time.